Okay, we've talked firstly about being open and curious and present and being mindful in any situation. We've also talked about using humour as a tool and smiling in your interactions. The third habit, and these are probably best described as habits that I want to share with you, is being comfortable in your own shoes. Really powerful people are authentic. They are just themselves. They don't need to pretend to be anybody else. They don't need to put on a show. Good communicators and leaders don't need to pretend. They are happy just being who they are, and they come across such as that. You probably have situations where you need or feel the need to be somebody else or to be more than who you think you are. Maybe when you're presenting, maybe when you're trying to be the boss, maybe when you're in a difficult situation or getting into an argument. Generally speaking, this makes you in some respects more vulnerable. People quite quickly, as humans, we see through that. We see people becoming across as a bit of a fraud, or being seen as trying to hide something, or I guess being nervous or defensive. Something you need to adopt in order to become a good leader, a good human, is being comfortable in your own shoes. And a way to do that is to think about who you are as a person, to ask yourself that question. Who am I? What do I stand for? What are my values? What's my purpose? It's worth having a really good think about this, because once you've got a framework for yourself that you're comfortable with, you'll find it so much easier to project yourself in a one-to-one situation or a one-to-many situation. Allowing yourself to be vulnerable is a really important part of that. So perhaps sharing a part of yourself that you haven't shared before, something that's private to you. Imagine with a stranger opening up to them and telling them something that you wouldn't normally share. Imagine how delighted that might make them feel that you trust them, and it's most likely to engender a feeling of trust between both of you and open up a much warmer, much more open, much more engaging conversation or human interaction. So what I want you to think about, and maybe try this with someone you love or someone close to you, is share with them something private about yourself, something they don't know about you. Just bring it into a conversation and see what happens. Reflect on what effect that does have on the conversation you have with them. See whether that releases something in yourself to give you strength, to open yourself up. And maybe write that down. Maybe have a real thought about, well, do I need to protect myself, to be defensive, or can I just let myself go a little bit, open myself up? It's amazing how you see those TED Talks or podcasts and people revealing astonishing things about their private lives and so on. You don't feel the less of them. You don't feel that they're being stupid revealing themselves. You feel actually they're a really warm, authentic, real person. So it's a way for you to become more real, become more you, and to just be you in any given situation.